President Biden invited a delegation of Southeast Asian leaders to Washington this week as the White House hosts the US-ASEAN Special Summit. It's only the second time a US president has hosted such a summit. The first time was a 2016 meeting hosted by Barack Obama. The leaders from ASEAN will meet with President Biden to discuss a number of issues ranging from the Ukraine crisis, healthcare and climate, and China's rising influence in the region. More importantly, Biden will further emphasize the U.S. commitment to the Indo-Pacific region as competition continues to rise between China and the U.S.
For the US, ASEAN has both economic and security importance. The trade routes of the South Pacific Sea are important for the US economy. And since China is making moves to exert its authority or its influence over the South China Sea, the US feels it can't do it alone and needs partners. It would like ASEAN to be one of those partners.
Back in February, the White House released a document outlining the Biden administration's Indo-Pacific strategy, where it promoted the importance of an empowered ASEAN.
This issue of the Indo-Pacific economic framework will certainly be something very important on the agenda where Southeast Asian stakeholders will be looking for a lot more clarity and a lot more details from Washington and what it will entail.
ASEAN leaders will be keen to hear about U.S. interests in the region, but reluctant to be pressured into choosing the U.S. over China due to their economic ties with the communist nation.
It sees the future of ASEAN as a democratic, economically vibrant region and thinks that China's presence hurts that. The ASEAN countries certainly don't see it the same way as the United States.
Another key issue that may be discussed is ASEAN's response to the coup in Myanmar, whose leader has been excluded from this summit.
You have deteriorating conditions in Myanmar, you have continued violence in the country, you have continued displacement. All of this will be really difficult to talk about. And to compound the fact that I think it is time for ASEAN leaders and the United States to really acknowledge that this instability, that the violence in Myanmar has now reached a level where this country is now in a state of civil conflict.
The thing about ASEAN is it works by consensus. Makes them very slow-footed in some ways. If you look at the problems in Myanmar, ASEAN hasn't done anything. On the other hand, it provides convenient political cover for countries. It also legitimates authoritarian rule. So this summit, therefore, is likely to be more of dancing around the real issues, I think.